It's that time again. Grab a friend, sit down, no wind a bit. Tack a J, keeping it real. Can't you see the appeal? They got the jokes, the smoke, and the current events. You know the deal. Soak up that lemon water, tell all your friends. Encouragement for your flourishment is where we begin. Have you heard of it? It's sustenance. Where have you been? Free your mind.
Welcome back to another episode of the Lemon Water Chronicles Podcast, man. I'm your host, Tack, man. Today, we got on the show DJ POPO, man. Welcome to the show.
Shoot, what's good, Big D?
Dude, chilling, man. You, man. So, give us, like, your origin story, man. Like, you know, who you are, why you got into what you're doing, like, what's going on now, man?
Shoot, well, I go by the name of DJ POPO. I've been doing this for almost, I've been starting DJing for almost 2 decades. But I started doing clubs around 15, to be exact. I've been in clubs since I was 15 years old. So I'm 27 now. So still got a longer journey to go. But it's the love of music, man. I was a kid, about 3 to 4 years old, just starting on records on music that you wouldn't even probably begin to remember of. It's like, it's just the love of it. So I was put on when I was a kid. My pops put me on, my aunt put me on, my mom's put me on. So it was just a long journey with it.
So do they have, do your your family, like you mentioned, your pops and your moms, like, do they have like musical backgrounds and like origins like that? Are they musicians?
You know what? It's so funny. No, none of them is DJs. I'm the only one that took it kind of on a heavy level. Okay. Heavy level. I wouldn't even imagine. But they're not even DJs. They just love hearing music. I just used to see a stereo. I used to see a one turntable. So I'm like, let me try something out.
So, and then I noticed, so the backstory, I came into contact with DJ POPO at Club Slush in Atlanta, probably about a month ago, and a dude, walked in, chill, you know what I'm saying, came with the swag, just super chill, no extra, and just you started with Project Pat, Life We Live, so that's like one of my favorite songs, like, yeah. Lifetime, bro. And then when you actually played that version, because I was like, I wonder what he's about to do. Because I'm a drummer. I'm also been in a band and did stuff like that. So it's like, music to me is real important. And then like DJing, a lot of people I feel nowadays just kind of just play songs back to back and they don't really like get creative with the process. And I don't know if that means that they're in a certain stage of their craft of like, building it or whatever, but at the same time I got to give it up to you, man. Like, you had that whole club, it was like a brunch spot. That whole spot was just lit, bro. Like, that dude. So I'm tagging dude, I'm like, I'm a fanboy at this point. I'm like, I'm fucking with it. It's like, this shit's fire, bro. So
it's just use it, man. Basically, man, with that, it's just, like I said, I just have fun. I don't think of what I'm gonna do every time I come in a building. I zone out, I freestyle, because at the end of the day, you're gonna know music. Well, one thing that people don't experience is a mixture of music now. Mm-hmm. The game is so lazy.
Yeah, so I agree.
It's so lazy. So if by you breaking out and doing that chamber repetitively, is a nonstop winner. Everybody gonna know, okay, I'm gonna see this guy because this guy's gonna probably play some music, or I'm gonna see Popo because he's gonna give a mix. He's gonna give you everything. And I'm Caribbean, so
I can hear the accent, man. Like, what's the nationality? That's the whole nationality, just Caribbean, or?
Yep, I'm Panamanian, but like Caribbean and Latino.
Wow,
it's
that's heavy. So what is it like? So I'm gonna jump around. So are you from Atlanta? Were you born in like overseas, or?
I was born in New York, but live in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for almost 13 years.
Okay.
So I migrated.
yeah, that's tight, bro. Like, so how long were you in New York before you moved to Atlanta?
I was there till I was 7 years old. Then I moved to Florida for a short little time, but I resigned everything to Atlanta like as my full life. So Miami, I lived in for 2-3 years, and Atlanta almost 13 years.
So like, what do you think about like let me ask this question. How do you study for your craft? Like when you're trying to like figure out a way to, create new schemes or new ways to do things? Like, what is the process that you go through before you make a set? You say you don't know what you're gonna do before you step on. I can respect that because I play drums by ear, so I can respect that. But then, do you, does it have anything to do with like vibe or whatever? Like when you hit the spot, and you're like, okay, this is what.
It goes with the vibe, but for me, it's different.
Yeah.
We'll say I take a risk by doing that. And that's the case. I don't make a folder anywhere I go to. I never make a folder or create wherever I go to.
Okay.
Songs that I'm going to play, you're going to know them. There's no by chance you're going to miss them.
Right. How
I beat that is everybody know those common side A records that we hear on the radio.
Yeah.
A lot of people know musical, like people who's inclined to music know side B records the most because we don't listen to the radio 9 times out of 10. We hear it repetitively most of the time. But we listen to records on an album that, hey, if somebody plays, like, oh, it's shocking. It's like right now, and that's why I said the game is lazy. If somebody else plays a side B record off an album that we all know, that we don't get to see from a person, it's shocking. So when I do that, it's easy for me because I already know what you listen to. Everybody nowadays are some ones that I run into are music lovers. So I'm gonna hit you with certain things that you know. That's some things you probably ain't gonna hit off the radio, but I know this record. Yeah. And try to freak it because that's what I do most of the time. So I always make mashups every day, remix every day. A lot. Stems, all of that. I used to be a drummer myself. So
nice.
Yeah, I was a drummer in elementary, middle, high, first year in college.
So did you ever learn how to read music with that, or you just all off feeling?
I had a problem reading mallets. I ain't gonna lie. Percussion was my thing.
Same.
My weakness. Yeah,
I feel it.
My weakness, but I had to learn that. Shoot, in high school, I had no choice.
Yeah. Like, if you can't learn it, you can't march half of the time. So I mean, depending on the program. So like when you say side B records, for people that don't know what that means, what is a side B record?
So a side B record, I'll give you an example. Like everybody, for example, everybody and their mama, every DJ is gonna play "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell. Side A. Side B, you got "No Alone" or "I'm Ready." Certain records of the point. So that alone is side B records. Certain songs that we like. Okay, damn, I remember this song, but everybody keep playing "Can We Talk." That's a side A record.
Yeah.
Or Donnell Jones. Everybody gonna play "You Know What's Up," "Where I Wanna Be."
Where I Wanna Be. Yeah.
You got other hits. Nobody plays "Knocks Me Off My Feet." Nobody knows that he got a version like that. Everybody knows Stevie Wonder, but nah, this man got some hits. You got
to go through the catalog, man. You gotta become like a student of the game, whatever it is.
Exactly. So, like for example, play Project Pat. Everybody play Chicken Head.
All y'all top. Same album.
Yep.
It's Mr. Don't Play, 2001.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly. And I say, you do realize this man got hella hits, even with 3 6 Mafia included in the game, where it's like people don't play. I don't hear people play Late Night Tips no more.
No, they don't. They don't play that.
And that is one of the original samples before Lisa Fisher Ease My Pain, then Plies Rock. Because Plies Rock came from before Plies Rock, Late Night Tip, then Lisa Fisher, Ease the Pain. I say, and this is where it goes to studying music. It's like I will throw some stuff at you that you like, oh shit, I thought this was the original. I will play and I will educate. So I'm gonna give you like 90% of play, 10% of educate at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what makes me different. So anybody who played before me, after me, that's fine. And I tell everybody, stick to your records.
Yeah.
My style and my category is different. The same vibe and energy is going to happen behind that record because you're going to get a experience. I did a pop-up party yesterday in Atlanta. I think it was called Palooza.
Palooza? Okay, cool.
That was the first day there. And I played a lot of samples, a lot of hits. And a lot of people was from Africa, Jamaica, Trinidad. I said, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake. So some songs that I played, I say, here's the hit. Here's the original. Burna Boy came out with a song, Last. Original, Tony Braxton. What's that Tony Braxton song? Jesus Christ. Wasn't Man Enough for Me.
Oh, yeah.
Same sample. And I'm like, every time I hear a song, it's like, That's why I study music most of the time. I'm like, oh, this is a sample. Okay, I already know where it's gonna go.
So like when you talk about studying music, what's the setting for that for you? Like, do you like most people say do the car test, other people say, okay, I gotta sit in sit in a certain specific area of your house, or do you have like a ritual of sorts that you go through to listen to music? Or
you know what? No, not really. I go through, I'm not gonna lie, I go through breaks, I go through samples, I go through a ritual where I'm gonna play around with some music. But 9 times out of 10, once I hear a song and I catches my ears, I said, okay, I know it's a sample. Let me research. If I don't know it, I'm gonna research it. It's just by you hearing, you can tell it's a sample.
Right.
So most of the time I just dig and I just research on Google who samples this, da da da. Some I know, some songs I will know, okay, this is original. You can't find this is made from scratch. But 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna find it. Whether it's keynotes, whether it's all of that.
So you DJ on your own. So you full-time entrepreneur, basically. Like, do you do this full-time?
Yep, 7 days a week.
So, okay, and then you've been in the game, you said basically 20 years is what you've been, what you're saying. So so you've been DJing since you were 7 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So like at seven, what was like your first setup?
Man, it was knocking on my father's equipment, 1991 Geminis, the old stereo with the reverb and the equalizer.
Yeah, no bad.
No mark on the top. So it was old Betsy. So it still worked.
I love it.
I ain't gonna lie, it still worked, but shoot, man. That was the old equipment, and then I had a Gemini turntable. It wasn't like a regular turntable right now. It's the one that you record the records. So it's the old belt drive. So I used to play on that.
So you just kind of just started picking it up, dusting it off, messing with it. Oh, that's the other thing I noticed. I think the day that I was there, you had actual records. Yeah.
Those are the Pioneer 1000s. I always use those.
Pioneer 1000.
Is the PLX. I'm always a turntable head. I've never, if I got to use controller, that means I have no option and no choice because this is what they have. But my preference is turntables all the way.
Why do you prefer turntables over controllers?
Let's see. I can perform better. For me personally, I'm a performer, so I'm always showcasing. You would never see me with a controller unless something happened, it broke, damaged, or anything. But other than that, I was always on the table. Controller, I like it, but it don't give me that scratch feeling. It don't move for me. I think right now they got a new thing called the Rev 7, and I'm interested in getting one. But most controller, I can't see myself being lazy. It's being compact, but
yeah,
I can't see myself being lazy.
That's how I am with like drum sets. Like I like acoustic sets versus the electric ones because they're kind of, I mean, it's not like it's more compact to have an electric set, but I don't know, it's the sounds are not the same. And so they'll try to mimic the sound as best they can. And it's very close. Like I've been to if you've been to Nashville before, I'm sure. Yep. So have you been to Forks Drum Closet? I mean Forks, you've been to Forks. Everybody's been to Forks.
I've been there twice. Yep.
So they have a lot of stuff in there that's like that will replicate like the same exact. And it's like, yeah, but it's like for me to end up being like the texture, like how the stick hits the head, and if it bounce right off, it's like that's not really the same as the skin. And
it's like it's not organic.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
It's like what you're used to that organic flavor versus hearing that electronic flavor, which is dope. Last time I used electronic drum set was on Rock Band. That's the only
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. We'll give a pass for that. That's
tight. Anything electronic was Guitar Hero and Rock Band 2. That was my go-tos.
So you're a gamer?
Used to. I stopped for 3-4 years. I don't know why. I was just always in the streets just DJing or always traveling. I was a heavy gamer. When Grand Theft Auto came out, 2 and 3, I've been on it ever since then. Mortal Kombat, on it ever since. Then it stopped. Then I stopped. Call of Duty, like I've been on it ever since. And after a while, it's like, damn, I have fun. And I had to realize in conclusion, like I can have so much fun, but do I want to waste my time in this or can see what I want to do? So I had to make a choice and just lay off of it for a little minute. Do I regret it? 50-50, because like I'm trying to rebuild my life to have an outside life again now versus me being in front of a computer 7 days a week and a turntable 7 days a week in front of a crowd 7 days a week, where I used to just wake up, grab a bowl of Frosted Flakes, hop on Call of Duty and just
go crazy.
Just let my mind free. But after a while, it's like, I said, damn, I forgot about the love of it.
Yeah, that's real. And that, I mean, like the pandemic is, I mean, it's technically it's not over, but like, how did that affect your ability to be able to do what you do? Like, did you become one of the virtual DJs as well? Like doing the IGs, like, hey, come kick it with me 2-3 hours or something like that? Like, how did you go through that? What were your challenges?
I did it on not Twitch. I did it on Zoom. I did everything. Everybody was paying on Zoom.
Nice.
To do virtual parties. Then Facebook Live, Instagram Live. So I was taking advantage of that. Twitch Live. I was taking advantage of all of that. So it was difficult.
Yeah.
I used to love being outside and see a crowd reaction versus me doing virtual. It was like, oh man, I feel like I'm trapped. So when we was open again, I was like, oh snap, it feels so damn good to be back outside.
So like that's a lead me to this next question. So like to you, what does it mean to be a DJ? And like, I know I don't want to just limit you with that. It's kind of like you kind of like a crowd mover, you kind of like you're a leader. You're pretty much like the conductor of parties or gatherings and that. Like, what does it mean to be all those things?
I mean, shoot, it means like you can control the whole vibe, and whatever you do, you have in your pocket. But for me, like I said earlier, I'm gonna give you that 90% party feeling, but I'm gonna give you that 10% education in it. And some people say, you know, sometimes you just gotta go with this, go with that. And I said, I don't have to. That's what you wanted. That's what you want to do or want me to do. I don't have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And break out of that. So I don't, and it's been working for me ever since. Like I told you, I don't have to play the same. I don't have to break out of anywhere. I don't have to be a statistic to do the same thing that y'all doing, playing hits, you know, talking too much on the mic or overdoing it. I'm always gonna give you a vibe first. And wherever it leads to, I'll stay in that lane. Because not everybody nowadays want to party that heavy. Everybody just want to chill and stay in the lane. So
yeah, they like kickbacks.
Yeah, so that's why it's like, if you get everybody to follow you, head nod, shoulder rocking, whatever, that's all it takes just for you to be in that lane. And all you gotta do is just stick on it. The minute you flake or you get nervous or feel like you have to switch up because that one person don't like it, you are now becoming into that statistic of, I gotta go back to my regular mode. You don't. Not everybody's gonna like what you do. 50% of people gonna love what you do. The other 50 is not gonna like what you do.
Straight up.
Like for example, like hell, when I learned, my paradiddles was choppy. 50% of people didn't like it at all, but I had to find a way to make it sound clean, so the other 50 could rock with it. So it's a give and give. But you always don't. I always don't want to be in that same predicament where, okay, this is not working. Let me go back to this. I don't. You stay on your ground. You don't flake. Don't be nervous under peer pressure on any of that. So that's a big key factor for me. One or two songs may not work, but when you stay on a float, stay in that pattern, you're never gonna fail. You're not gonna slip. Once you stay in that pattern and do not flick and switch back, you're never gonna miss. It's just timing. Everything has a time.
It's real.
Playing a song has a time. Going hard has a time.
Yeah, so I agree.
I look at myself when I'm DJing. You're a pilot. You're cruising. You don't always have to go hard. I go to events and everybody going too hard early. I say, you know, I'm gonna match you. I said, it's still early. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the same song you do, flip it and come back down. and start over. So once that happened, everybody's attention is towards you. And I was like, oh wait, you got balls to do that. You have to come off that ground. The minute you become in that point where I gotta follow this DJ, I gotta follow this person, I gotta follow this. Not only you wear yourself out, the crowd is not gonna stay as much because you caught the party vibe. Where's your actual vibe? There's a difference. I don't like I said, I don't always have to go to her. And then like when I played yesterday at Palooza, I started with Brandy, The Boy Is Mine.
Oh yeah, classic.
With Ice Cube, Today Was a Good Day. Collab. It's a remix. I mean,
nice.
Nobody was like, everybody looked back like, wait, damn. I said, I want that attention. You're gonna get that 90% of crowd, but you're gonna get that 10% education that another DJ before or anybody cannot do. And here in Atlanta, is quite a few that can do it. But in realizing this market, a lot cannot do. And I'm all about transitions and being on point. Once you don't know your measures, your half a measures, your 8 count, your 16 count, and it's all off, man, you made it more easier for me. Because I guarantee by hearing that, nobody hears a perfect transition. Nobody hears an on-time beat. It pet peeves me when I hear delay. It pet peeves me when I hear somebody coming on a downbeat when it's not even the end of the hook of the chorus. So
yeah,
that's where again, it leads to 90% music play, 10% education. You're gonna learn what a lot of people cannot do now. And that's where it comes to the game. The game is not lazy. So it's making it more easier for me to showcase and show you how it's supposed to sound back then, how it was before versus now. Anybody can call themselves a DJ where it disappoints me. Because I'm like, man, that's crazy. You don't put in a lot of work just as much people do. I see people that go on stages at concerts and I hear them like, how? Let me just shut up. I'm just gonna shut up.
And then I guess they get like plugged in or whatever to those. So like, who is an artist that you have worked for, like, or been on a tour with? And if you haven't done that yet, who is one that you want to connect with that possibly become like that number one DJ for them?
You know what, to be honest, I have never. I played one time with Chubb Rock and Keith Sweat. I was way back.
I just caught a concert with him in Huntsville, Alabama yesterday.
Yeah,
it was straight. Yeah,
I've never played.
Who was the DJ? DJ Primetime 206. DJ Primetime 256 was who.
Yeah,
and he was pretty good. Like, he's very, very, very energetic. Like, he's almost like a CrossFit instructor or something. Because the way he was like hopping over barricades and like jumping in the crowd, and he kind of was letting his joint play. And then he was like getting the crowd into it, like by basically like crowd karaoke. He was doing stuff like that.
Right. And that's everybody how they find a niche.
Okay.
But that's how everybody find a niche, by playing sing-along songs.
Sure.
Too easy. Like playing the sing-along songs, way too easy.
Right.
It's a lot of hits without sing-alongs that we know. Like, that's where like you got to study your stuff. Everybody can play sing-along songs. Everybody can play SWV, Mary, Anita, a lot, and that's fine. Or an easy dance song like Wobble. I haven't played Wobble. I haven't played no slide songs in years. I don't have to. I feel like I'm cheating. To get the attention. And it's
so you're saying you like a challenge at all times?
All the time. And there's nothing personal. Everything about it's nothing personal playing with those songs. As long as you're in a wedding, backyard picnic, backyard activity with the fam, cool. On stage, I kind of don't want to play none of that. And that's just me being as a standpoint for me. I feel like I'm cheating myself just to play this. I said, I got the crowd dancing. After that's over, what's your follow-up? That's the main question. Follow-up is more important than anything. Your follow-up game got to be so strong, because if it's not, it's no point.
Yeah. The sophomore album always got to come. You got to come back harder after your first one. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Or if not, make your second one interesting.
Yeah, like you either got to match it or make it creative, or you can do like a documentary, like a series, like a series of albums, like you know what I'm saying. That's kind of how. Yeah, go ahead.
But you know what? And that's true. But everything goes with patience. Once you pace yourself, you're good. You ain't got to rush. Everything goes with pace. The next person can play all the hardest songs. That's fine. Don't mean I'm going to follow up to you. Everybody has their own lane, but you better know how to hit. It'll go with pace. Knowing your records. That's the main key. I tell everybody, know your records first. Study that first before you hop on the table and say, hey, I'm a DJ. You're going to fail if you just go on head on first. I've seen a lot of people do that. I counted that a couple times and helped out a lot of situations where they don't know, and I say, yo, let me help you out. Take your time. You're rushing. This is, for example, an event can start at 8 o'clock, close at 2. Why are you going hard at 8:30? Take your time.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy.
Yeah, I said take your time, because you're gonna wait 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. You're worn out, you're tired, and everybody's gonna be gone by 12. So everything you look at a time. But people get nervous because they don't see the movement, and they're used to a movement like this quick. You don't have to. And so I go to certain places where I enjoy like 5, 6 DJs only in Atlanta, out of God knows how many. Because I'm very like picky on hearing who has that vibe and the contrast, not who got party vibes all the way. It don't matter to me. I want to hear what your vibes sound like. If you're a person that stays on the flow, I'm gonna rock with you. If you're a person that likes to rush, I can call out your list. So that's where it gets real strict and picky.
So you're basically just saying everything is in the details when it comes to this particular art form.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So is this something that you can see yourself doing, lifetime? Like you want to do this for the rest of your life, or is this just one thing that you do? Do you have like other things you do in conjunction?
Shoot, till I turn 60.
Why 60? Why is that the number?
Because I ain't gonna have the same energy to be out there in the streets to be DJing like that, because the game is going to change. So I said, until I turn 60, so let me just chill out. Maybe, because I know right now the way I'm running, I said, oh yeah, I'm going to stop in probably in a decade or 2.
Okay. So like, and when that decade or 2 ends, what is it that you think you see yourself doing, just like with life?
Wherever it takes me.
Yeah.
And wherever it leads. I hope that's true. I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather be a PD on a radio station or anything with music that it'll take me to.
All right. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, And I feel the same way. Like I do the podcast is something that I do for like just sheer enjoyment. Like I like to learn more about people I meet, stuff like that. And then opportunity for them to put themselves out there. I mean, even if you already like big, blown up, blow it up more, man, because it just basically helps both of us. And I learn something, you learn something, and the other people learn about you and vice versa. I do like photography and film and like I really get it, because when you talk about details, how I set a lot of my shots, I'm like real calculated with why I'm doing something. And I really don't explain it too much. It just depends on like who I'm working with. If I'm working with somebody, we in the same field and we like on the same team or whatever, I'll kind of break it down as to why, but they have to have like the inclination of wanting to know why to begin with. Like I used to do that where I would just like rifle off like knowledge and say, yeah, I'm doing this because of this, I'm doing this, because that was like tiring. They got tired of me. So then I kind of related that to what you were saying about how people can go so hard so fast and you're out of energy, like, and then it creates like a falsified mindset that you don't like something, but you really do love this. It's just your method needs to be like shifted up a little bit.
That's real, because it like I said, people like us, we can always have a good time at party, but what's gonna be a game breaker for us every time I go to an event is, hold up, I don't experience this from no one else or an establishment. That's what makes you win, man, by being different.
I agree.
Yeah,
that's exactly, I mean, I hate to cut you off, but that's exactly why I really fucked with your set that day, because the day was cool. It was hot as hell, for one. It's always hot in Atlanta, though.
I remember that day.
Every day is hot in Atlanta. but like, we just randomly rolled up on that place. Like, we didn't have a plan to go there. I was with my brother and his wife, and I had my wife, and then we had got, it didn't make sense because we got like the best seats in the house. I was like, I never get seats like this. And so we were thinking that it was just gonna be music, like they already had some stuff kind of going. I was checking out the monitor. I was like, oh, they got some shit in here. It's nice. So then, you came in. I was like, oh, bet we get to see a live DJ. This is even better. Like, and then you came with the energy that you had. It was just, I admired it, man. It was inspiring because it just kind of made me think more about people like you are good for the world because it makes you think about what you're doing with your life and how grateful like we should all be like in the positions that we are that, you know, we've chosen or the things that have chosen us and we continue to choose it over and over again. You feel me?
Right,
So it's
right.
like, it was good, man.
That's real, man. That's the key factor. But I tell everybody, man, that's like I say, it's just like I say, you just have fun, do what you love, and do not be a regular statistic. And that's I always tell anybody that. Do that, practice. You're gonna be fine. And the main thing how to win in this game, when anything you do is confidence.
Yeah.
Like
how do you build confidence for those that don't know how? What is DJ Popo's like 3 points on how to do that? If you had 3 or whatever.
And how to build confidence is knowing and backing up what you're playing. And what I mean by that is knowing that this record's a hit, back up your hit. And what I mean by that, don't switch because it's not working. Stay confident what you're playing. It's gonna work. Once you, like I said, it goes to staying on the float. And practice, mainly the key. When you're home, practice, play around with it. And once you get that, you have your own groove feeling, pass that on. Pass it on to a whole stage. That's your confidence right there. You just made a whole groove.
How often do you practice? Like you got an area in your crib, I'm sure. How often do you practice?
I practice in my office here, in my office, but you know what's so weird? I don't even practice here. I use the clubs as practice. That's the funny part.
Yeah, use the stage.
The clubs is more like practice to me versus me doing it at home. If I do it at home, it's just a remembrance of what songs that I didn't play or I forgot about.
Yeah.
If I practice that, I'm gonna hit it out in the club, try it out, and still come back with my own flavor. So I'm not worried about losing it. It's just so more of remembering it. Because Jesus Christ, I go through songs I was like, oh, I forgot about it.
Right.
I do it here, flavor it out. I'm like, this is gonna work. Let me try it again.
So
and it always worked.
So do you now this is something that I used to do back in the day. Like do you ever like record the mixes that you do and then like push them put them out on mixtapes or whatever? Mm-hmm. So is your stuff located on like, where is it located? Like mixtapes.com? Like where at?
Believe it or not, I'm gonna have some uploaded this Friday. God knows I got over, and I work in the station, so
yeah.
600 mixes. I haven't even posted on another one,
bro.
So I was like, and I gotta stop being lazy. Because the reason why, like I tell people, everybody asks me why you don't post. Timing.
Yeah, you got shit to do.
Yeah, I got timing. Once I get like 2 or 3 days off and I'm here, I can conclude that and just nail on it real quick.
It's like, yeah, what's a day off, bro? I feel you. I have so much unposted work, like photo and video that I haven't dropped yet. It's just there. It's like it's on drives and stuff, but it's like I do need to get serious about. I need to make like an actual day where that's all I'm doing is just, you know, content drop work or whatever, and try not to drop too much at one time. I'm bad about that.
Trust me, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. People don't understand as you doing this on your own. It's not easy.
No, not at all. Yeah, like I have a team, like I'll hire a crew for certain things and stuff like that, but even that can be a little aggy because it just depends on people's energy and like what they're bringing to set when they come to the set or whatever. It's like it can be weird. And then you played in a band, you know how it is, man. Like some people are just in the band because their parents made them do it, or everybody got different reasons, or that they're doing something. And like if they don't know their why, then it's gonna be a problem. Because yeah, like I've done a lot of things in life where I didn't know why I was doing it, and I was kind of just I want to make money, and it's like, okay, that's not enough because money is just it's expendable. It just you make it, you lose it, you make it, you lose it, you know. So
agreed.
So like, who are your if you have any, like who are like some of your favorite DJs? Like do you have a top 3, or do you just want to rifle off some of your favorite ones that were inspiring?
I got like top 3 to top 5. Well, 1, Jazzy Jeff. 2,
okay,
Mel Star. 3, Mixmaster David in Atlanta. 4, J Tech in Atlanta. 5, DJ Hershey in Atlanta. And another one is one that I rock with, DJ JC. He's from Atlanta, but by the way, of Detroit. Those DJs are my favorites because I rock with, because they freaking animals.
Yeah.
They have a sound where whatever the songs that they have, you can't find, you can't duplicate, you can't get anywhere else. I'm sorry, but
all good. It's all good. You a hustler, man.
Yeah, who you telling?
4 shows in a day, y'all. Yesterday he did 4 shows in a day. Yeah. So are those 2 hours a piece, or like what's the time?
Let's see. The first one, 12 to 3. The next one, 4:15 to 5. The next one, 6:30 to 8. The last one, 8 to 12.
So, okay, here's a question, like you, without revealing, your company secrets, how hard is it to develop like pricing for that kind of stuff? Like, how do you know what your worth is? Like, okay, yeah, this is worth about 500, this, that, like, how do you do it?
I charge for my talent. I don't charge per the hour like everybody do. That's fine. That's why I ask anybody, hey, how many, give me your breakdown of what you need. Here's my breakdown. This is how much I'm worth. And I'll explain. I can't conceive of what you pay for the DJs. This is mine. I don't care about what you give them. For me, like, I even have a resume and platform to back it up. And I always tell anybody I've been on these series and I've been on Versus. So I was on Anthony Hamilton and Music Soul Child. So it's a DJ battle that Trilla hosts audition, and I came top 16 in the United States.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, I came in the first round, battled, and I won that one first place. So I got 2 more to go.
Nice.
So
so they're coming up.
Yep, it's supposed another one probably by September. The next battle. So
you've already done it, but they haven't released it yet.
No, they released it. Everything's released. It's on YouTube and everything.
Okay. So the one's coming up is also your next one's not till September, and then
probably by now. It's still in round 1 right now, so I gotta wait for round 2.
Nice. So, and this is through what?
Versus.
Yeah, that's the pandemic stuff, right? It took over. Now it's just all the way out.
So I won that one, and I got 2 more rounds, so I'm top 8 now. And I use that as a platform. Like, hey, I'm on Versus. I'm on radio. I'm on radio on Hot 107 and 95.7 in Birmingham, and another one in Raleigh. So I do multiple stations.
You do all that you can do all that virtually, or do you have to pull up in person?
The option to pull up in person, but the way I have, man, I just do it at home.
Nice.
That's me being honest. It's just timing.
That's really cool.
In Atlanta, I can do it here from Atlanta. I'm in the state. But other than that, other places, I do from home.
That's cool. That's really cool. So how does that work technically? Like, you just, like, what do you need? Like an interface, and what do you need to do that? It's
the interface, your mic, plug in and go. And that's how most of the time, most mixed shows are work now. But if you're in Atlanta in the States, you can go in and mix live.
What do you prefer?
Mix it live.
Yeah. The vibe, people in the room.
More energy.
So, like, we may have talked about this, but like, what are some of like the difficulties being a DJ in today? I know you said DJ in today's world. I know you mentioned that everybody is the game has become lazy. What are some of the other like difficulties, and then how do you overcome them?
Difficulties I can say I was never a talker on the mic. I had to overcome that. But DJing wise, for me, I can't really find one, to be honest, because I challenge my lanes where my weaknesses that I can't do. Before it was saying I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't play this, but man, you got a lot of people that love music in every genre, so gotta catch up. But I don't even have a weakness for it. It's just plug in and go. When it's go time, it's go time. Most times, it's more other DJs that has a weakness in their catalog. I know a bunch of DJs don't even have R&B in the 90s or 80s or 70s in their gap. I just know the ones that got the one that comes out now, thinking it's a hot, but not really knowing that, hey, that's cool. but know where it originated from. Certain things that what era, what you play now, where it comes from. So
what's the oldest genre that you've mixed for like the longest times, or like what decade wise? We'll just say decade. So like what decades are the oldest decade that you work with?
The longest I've ever mixed was 1969 through 75. Longest that I've ever done. I'm a music lover. And dance hall.
Yeah, man, that goes without saying. That's just, there's billions upon folks. Yeah, it's just too much.
It's a lot to keep up with. As anybody, you tap into that scene, you better come correct. Especially the dance hall scene, Caribbean scene, reggae scene. You mess up once, you're gonna see what's the consequence.
Ooh.
It's not me on say, I'm gonna beat you up on top of level. Your response from a crowd is gonna be more vulgar than what you're doing now. A little more vulgar and then more blunt to tell you to get off the damn stage or throw a bottle at you. I've seen that hell of times.
And you never had a bottle thrown at you. You're good.
I've never had a one. I wish somebody would. Yeah, that's how you gonna see a DJ turn into a wrestler.
Straight up. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I've never had nothing thrown at me.
Nice. That's good. We're gonna keep it that way, man. Let's keep it that way. Yeah, we're gonna keep it that way.
I ain't trying to be no wrestler. No.
Like DJ Popo is packing, so don't throw anything at him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
I'm busting back, bro.
Always. I tell you, I don't care if it's on anything. Listen, I was learning. Somebody bust, you're gonna get them back later. I'm
gonna get my lit back.
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, I love what I do, but at the end of the day, I'm still a man.
Oh yeah. Forget all the BS. Yeah. So like, what's the furthest that DJ has taken you globally? Like, you've been all over, like been overseas for your gigs and stuff like that too, or just mostly domestic?
I've been to Aruba, DR, Puerto Rico, Venezuela. Shoot, I've been somewhere else I don't remember. I've traveled a couple of times for DJing, performing. I've been places, mostly out of states. A lot of out of states I've been, but overseas life is fun.
Yeah. So, do you prefer to live overseas, or you cool with staying here?
Ooh, I'd rather live overseas.
Oh yeah. So, like a lot more freedoms and stuff, or
it's different.
Yeah.
You lived under a law overseas. To be honest, certain things that you can't do, and you gotta look at life as, I live here because I built my name and my ground here, but I want to live freely, completely. I move overseas, grow my own fruits, chill, and go to certain clubs as a DJ, play as a tourist, move at different areas. It's not bad.
Yeah, because so like you basically you have that kind of common knowledge to grow your own stuff, and like diet wise, what do you consume regularly?
Man, I started it 2 weeks ago. So I started eating fruits, more salads, and just started running.
Yeah.
Cardio, main weakness. Weights is easy for me because I lift every day.
Yeah. Right.
But cardio is the thing I got to bump up. So I started back on it 2 weeks, and I said, okay, let me continue. Because it's been good, but it's been hard because I always crave something.
Yeah. What is your guilty pleasure? Like, what is the one thing that you don't need to have, but you just give into it from time to time?
Oh, Popeyes. That's easy.
What? Popeyes?
I'll say Popeyes or McDonald's after midnight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's always open. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's my guilty, because I'm like, if I can't find a Waffle House that's 24/7 around here, or going to one where it's not been shot up, I said, let me just pull through a drive-thru. Hey, let me just get a 10-piece and a fry, and I'm out.
Thanks. I believe it, man. Man, I appreciate the time that you've been on today, man. I guess before we go, man, let people know where they can find you, follow you, and then what events you have coming up, man.
Shoot, man. If anybody trying to find me on Instagram is at DJ POPO01, Facebook Flames Popo, and weekly events, I would say, man, I tell you about it, just follow me because I post every day. I don't even remember my own schedule until the day of. I can't keep up with it no more. If I know, hey, today's Monday, okay, cool. I got to be here. I don't keep up with it no more. Like right now, I know tonight I got to be at Rocksteady. That I know it's Monday. What I got to do? Okay, cool. But knowing it by now, by the whole week,
it's... Ain't no point. We got to get you an assistant.
It's happening now. I got I got a manager in the works right now, so it's helped me a lot. Because I can't do this by myself. I can't book 4 or 5 gigs in one day in one call, and I'm trying to focus on one thing, and I gotta stop doing what I gotta do. It's helping out a lot. And the second thing helping me a lot because I don't like playing good cop and bad cop in certain situations by myself.
Oh yeah?
I do
like what do you mean by that? Like walk me through that.
All right, good cop, bad cop. Good cop is as in like, yo, you're a good cop because you're trying to be complacent. You're trying to explain this is what you do and this is what you work.
Respect.
Somebody comes in, when somebody say I disagree or I feel like this is what we're gonna pay. Somebody as the bad cop got to come in and say that's not what's going to happen.
Right.
That's where they show their side of behavior as a bad cop and say, no, this is what's going to happen. And when they come to the agreement, that's the good cop. It's switched back over.
Yeah.
Bad cop. Bad cop's the ones that's going to know bullshit a mile away and know what your work in order to be that good cop. Say, okay, we both came into agreements. You got them.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I hate having to deal with folks that don't understand. They kind of just think it's like an assembly line, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like just pick out, and it's like, nah, everybody's process is not the same. So
you already know.
Yeah, I get it with drumming. I definitely get it with doing film and photography. So it's like, I mean, so many other people out here with a camera now. People just go buy a camera and they just like, oh, I'm a photographer. Like you said, people will buy a turntable or buy something that controllers or whatever, and then call themselves a DJ. You know, show up and start playing songs. And then, you know, it's kind of like to me, how people do that with my stuff, it's like a slap in the face to all the people that have come before you that put the time and effort and the grind in with it. It's like, you may not have to grind 38,000 bajillion hours a day. I mean, just reinstill the love in your heart for why you're doing it and then know your why.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. It's simple, but we overcomplicate things as humans as it is. So, you know.
Just man, we make the mistakes, still happens.
Yeah. We're gonna make mistakes for sure. And then it's just like allowing yourself grace for the mistake that you made. And then hopefully you got the right people around you that are the same way. It's like, yeah, you know, fuck that up, but it's all good. You know, let's regroup and figure out how we're gonna rework the plan, basically.
Right.
All right, man. Well, shoot, I appreciate you coming on today, man. You got any last words for the people before we get out of here?
Shoot, nothing much really. Just, like I said, man, just have fun and practice. That's all I can say from my standpoint. Yeah, for anybody who's in the industry, for anything, just have fun and practice. Not only DJing, but for anything you do.
Have fun and practice is what we ending on today, y'all. And don't forget, man, when life gives you lemons, make lemon water. Peace.
Lemon water. When life gives you lemons,